I'm reaching out to my brothers and sisters from the nation of Israel. For those who get a pushback from the so called Latins and Hispanics, and yes, there is a difference.
And not all Latinx people are black.
All Latinx people are black.
Like blancamiento and mestizaje are very much colonial. They're very Latin American rooted.
Hispanics have a direct bloodline from so called Spain. The original land is called Iberia. No, not Iberia, like they tell us to say, like Iberian Peninsula. There's no Iberia. Iberia. In Hebrew, it means Hebrew. That's what Iberia means. Ibri is also in the Hebrew concordance. It's a Hebrew word. That was changed. The name Spain is a Hebrew word. But there's a direct line, bloodline, Spain. Latin is when you are colonized. So all America, South America rather, Latin America was colonized by the so-called Spaniards, even though they weren't originally Spaniards. They also conquered, Rome conquered so-called Iberia Peninsula, um, which is really Hebrew land. Nonetheless, they came. So they're not even Spanish, neither. They are conquerors of the Hebrew land. Why I'm saying this to my brothers and sisters from the nation of Israel is because when you hear a so-called Latin or Hispanic say, I'm not Israel, I'm not part of y'all's, etc., it's probably because they're not. They have a different bloodline, like Alaska, Asian, something. Because if you don't look like this, or your abuelita or abuelo gotta look like that. Anyway, until you do your DNA matching that timeline, because anything after 1492 has been tweaked. So it has to match. Plug for my true ancestry. So my father is Igbo through Portugal bloodline. When the 1492 persecution of the Jews who were black, I mean, they're still black. You know what I'm saying? So they put them on these boats to the Caribbean, mainly Brazil, and that's where the Portuguese line from my dad's side. You don't know until you do what you gotta do. Or your family oracle stories. Just saying. You gotta humble yourself and do your homework because you might be stealing someone else's identity. I'm just saying.
Embracing the parts of your lineage that are of African descent. But for those that are, it's about doing your homework. We're very big on like reading, doing your research, doing your homework.
Yeah, I wouldn't be trusting the government.
Forget John 4, I'm sorry, John 6:40. Let's go to it. Okay. I'm gonna read it in Spanish first for my Latinas and Españolas. So we say, right? Because until we do our DNA, hey, you know what? Ninguno puede venir a mí si el Padre que no me envió no le traje. 44. Jesus responds, no one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws. So if you're not drawn or they're not drawn, they not.
Then now all Latinx people are black.